Hey everyone, how's it going? Octopus here. Welcome back to 7 Deadly Sins. Hope you're having a fantastic day. I decided I'm going to do a part 3 of my CC increase. I started off with the free-to-play video being at 150 something, then 161, and now we're here. I'm going to try to go higher than that. We've already went a little bit higher because I went to 166 naturally just for making my characters level 80. My associations are still around a level 70, 75, but in this video, I'm going to try to get a little bit higher. Now, I'm going to be focusing on my defense gear because I want to get that whole SSR complete set done for at least my 3 main teams, and then I have a whole bunch of anvils that I'm going to use to go reroll stats on my HP and my attack. So defense is going to take some of those anvils, hopefully not a lot, but then after that we're going to see how far I can get from there, and then maybe I'm going to level up some association. So this is the third step to my CC increase, so we'll see how this goes. So I'm going to jump in and show you my inventory breakdown. I've kind of been saving everything with you guys. I know I could be doing this over time and just showing you the end result, but I feel like making these videos shows you all my thought process and step-by-steps of what I decide to do. Now, I've been farming and saving up everything except for the wings and the horns or the ears over here. I've leveled up a couple characters to level 80. But my SSR pendants, my SR pendants that I've been farming, I haven't touched them. This is how much anvils I've gotten over the week course from the slime event, because the slime event gives 200. We have logins with a bunch of things, plus PvP. I'm always getting those 2,000 coins or 3,000 from challengers, so I get to buy anvils over and over and over again. So I've saved up a huge amount of anvils, and I've got a bunch of blue awakening stones because during the event of half energy, I was farming the equipment one, doing 8 quests, get a SSR guaranteed equipment, 8 quests over and over and over. So this is what I've saved up through that whole slime event until now, and all the half energy. And for the characters, I made 4 characters, 5 actually, level 80. This is the characters I decided to choose. My PvP team, which is Escanor, Merlin, Hauser, Gother, and Blue King. That's who I've made level 80 so far. So if you guys haven't seen my previous 2 videos, I'm going to catch you up to speed very quickly here. My current gear set, everything on my main team. So this is the main team gear. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are my 4 units with their full sets going on. I do have everything rolled out to be attack, defense, and HP. First set is a HP and defense setup, and the other 3 are attack/defense. The only thing I haven't made SSR is the defense rings because that was the lowest amount of CC gain, and I wanted to get the biggest amount out of the way. Now, as I'm doing PvP, my characters are getting 1-shotted, 2-shotted, 3-shotted from Escanor's. I'm barely winning by just a sliver of HP or defense, so I want to increase my HP and my defense. So that's why I'm working on defense right now. I could use all the anvils to re-roll every single HP gear to get to like 13% or higher, and my CC would skyrocket along with my attack getting higher instead of these, well, that one's actually pretty good. But instead of like these 8.7s, I can get that higher to increase my CC. But I'm going to work on my defense necklaces first, re-roll those a little bit, and then work on these. So my CC gain is not going to be as big as I want it to be, but that's the plan that I want to go for. So now that you're kind of caught up on what my equipment is, previously it hasn't changed at all. What you guys saw in my last video, that's what it is right now, and I've saved everything like I've said. So this is my team that I'm currently running. I'll either run this or I'll switch this for Merlin if I'm not using Merlin as association. If I want to do like Alt Rush, and Alt Rush works a lot more than this team. This team specifically doesn't do too great unless they do run a Blue King and a Blue Demon Meliodas. Then Escanor just goes clean the house, done. So 165, 301 if I attach Merlin over here. But if I put my green Gother back on here and switch the gear, the CC is not that different. So you can see now that I switched to Gother, you see Merlin's not here anymore. My CC's at 165, 476. It only increased over ever so slightly. The difference is that my Escanor's main stats are higher, so I have a better chance of like 2-shotting someone if he gets a crit or not a crit. He has more of a chance of surviving with that HP and defense. But if I get Escanor's ultimate off, I'll do more damage with Merlin, and also Merlin increases my crit chance by 19.2. So that's the 2 deciding factors, is that am I going to use Hauser in the background for the 8% increase for Escanor, which is more damage. If I do, then Merlin over here, or I can keep this still and run this just for the higher stats and a little bit more CC gain. But if I get my ultimate off, I'm not doing as much, and I don't have as high as a crit chance because Merlin's not there. So it's like, do I make those decisions not to? I do like running the Merlin because the Merlin's crit chance is nice. When Escanor crits, he crits and nothing's going to get in his way. So those are small decisions on CC that might go up or down. I could run Merlin over here, and you're going to see my CC is going to go from 165 to 166. And now the reason it went to 166, I did a little bit of editing there if you didn't notice, but I changed Merlin from Hauser, and Hauser had an association of Guild Thunder, which increased Hauser's ability to do more damage, and also had the association properly. But I put in blue Arthur over here, and I gave that Guild Thunder that was on Hauser to King. So instead of King having the better ultimate, he's now got better stats, which increased my CC to 166, 287. So stuff like this, without even upgrading my equipment right now, I can increase my CC up to 166, and I could probably go further than that if I really tried, and I put a Deanne here instead. But with this setup, this is my CC. But with the other setup, I'm at 165. So keep that in mind. I could add another 1000 CC just by mixing around these characters. You do lose that better ultimates, which is probably better to have. And also those little skills, like I said, Merlin giving me the increase of 90% crit damage. So, or crit chance. So you got to look at that, give or take. So with that in mind, I'm going to go into the equipment and see where we go from 165 and see if I can get a lot higher from there. And then I'll switch from the 165 to the 166 setup. Alright, so the fun bit, I'm going to come here, I'm going to 5-star +5 all my earrings to get the defense up, and I'm going to reroll with anvils. I'm going to show you guys some of that step as well too. But the reason this is going to give me also a big increase of surviving plus CC is because all my main team is wearing a rare set of defense earrings, where my associations have just a 5+5 SSR gear. No 5-star, no 1-star, nothing like that. So they have no bonus. So we're missing a bunch of defense on my associations, where my main team is getting that 12%. So once I upgrade this to +5 5 stars with the proper stats, they're going to go to my main team, and my main team's gear is going to go to my associations. So my defense is not only going to increase from just increasing the SSR gear, but it's also going to increase because my good earrings, my rare earrings, are going to go in my associations, which increases my main team defense. So I'm going to get a bigger gain here than just only having this being upgraded, because that replacement is going straight down here. It's not going to the side or the garbage or the inventory. I'm not going to salvage it. It's actually increase my stats. So I'm going to work on the 141 for Escanor, and I'm going to awaken it, and let's see what my first stat roll is. Hopefully defense off the start. Big mount. No, crit resistance. Well, I'll see at the end when I have all 5 slots unlocked. So because rolling the gear takes so long, I'm actually editing my video as the gear is rolling. That way I can save a bunch of time. So I'm going to edit this as all the gear is going through. So hopefully by the end of this only takes me like maybe an hour or 2 hours to do. Alright, so my first piece of my earrings is done. I got screwed over by this one. Crit resist, crit resist, crit resist, crit defense, and then 1 defense roll. So I have to re-roll 1, 2, 3, 4 specific pieces here, and then go into it. And you guys already know why I haven't made this +5, because I'm going to work on the other gear, take that guaranteed enchantment, and throw it to here. So that is the first earrings. Let's go to the second one. HP earring time. I'll show you guys my first roll, then I'll show you the end results. Crit resist, not looking good. Alright, so second piece of earring has come through, and I actually got really lucky the last 2. I thought that was going to be another garbage one. I was like, oh, crit resist, 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 and then defense. I'm like, oh, 1.5, and then I got a 2.9. So this one, that's going to go to Blue King, came out really, really nice. Alright, so this is the third and last piece I can upgrade because my Blue Awakening Stones are pretty much gone. I have 22 left, 15 takes for the whole entire set. So this is the first roll on the third piece for my main team. Crit resist. Alright, so final awakening on this. So far I got a defense of 2.6. If I get super lucky on another defense, that saves me a lot there. Crit defense, that's fine. Alright, so now it's time for the fun part where I'm going to re-roll all these stats. I'm going to start with this one, put on defense, and see what I can get using the anvil. So I currently have 600 anvils, and we'll see how we go from there. I'm going to show you how much it takes for each piece of my gear to get to that proper place, and then if I have leftover anvils, and I hope I do, I'm going to go work on my HP setups. Oh, this is making me nervous. So after 75 anvils, pretty much this one came out at 15. The second one, yeah, this one came out at 15. This one came out at 15. This one came out at 15, which is 3 tries. This one was ready there, and this one took 35 anvils, I believe, if I'm doing my math properly. But I went from 600 to 525 for the first piece, which gives me a total of 10.9. All right, so we're moving on to the second piece of gear, which is the one for HP. I'm going to work on this one, see where I go. I already got 2.9, so hopefully it sticks to that. Okay, this one happened really, really fast. I went from 525 anvils down to 490, which means I spent 35 anvils on this piece, and we got another 10.9 defense. So this one happened really quickly. I could re-roll to make this better, but this is the lowest amount of gain of CC. I just wanted to get all my gear into SSR. I know that wasn't the smartest for the most CC, but I did want to get more defense so I can at least survive a couple more hits. So this one came out really nice. I'm going to work on the third piece now, which is this one. So hopefully this comes out just as good, even though these two, I only have 1 defense over here so far. Alright, so the final result of this one was pretty bad. If you guys look at how many anvils I dropped from, I was at what, 490? I lost 60 anvils, and I only got 1.1s, 1.1s, 1.4s, 1.7. So this gives me a total of 6.5, and I'm not going to re-roll this. I could to get this up to 10%, but I can't even put this on my main team because the rare gear is still better than this SSR gear. If I try to give this to my main, I would lose 100 defense. So I'm going to keep this on my sub unit, which is Slater. And you can see why I'm not going to use anvils on this and why you guys shouldn't focus on defense until the last part. Because I only gained 329 CC off this. Now, if Slater, that 5-star gear that's on Slater was actually better and went on Gother, I'd probably increase a little bit more, but not a lot. My defense on King went up by 200, Escanor over 100, and because Slater didn't really get that upgrade, that 5-star gear, I only went up by like 60. So overall, I got an extra 300 and something defense altogether, and that only gave me 329 CC. So the gain from CC from defense is not there. But now I'm going to jump in and do my HP gear and see if I can increase my CC from all those anvils that I currently have. So I'm going to go for the worst CC, the worst HP setup I have, and go see which one's really, really low. So for the scariest part, re-rolling your stats. So you already have a piece of gear, it's on there, it's SSR, and you go to re-roll this with only a couple of anvils. I wouldn't do that. I'd wait till you had a good amount to make sure you get your HP stat back, because if you lower this, you lower your CC. So I'm going to go with 430. I'm going to work on all the gear that's at 9% and try to get it all over 10%. I'm aiming for 12. I'm aiming for 11. I'm hoping for 12 or more. So I'm going to start off here on the weakest piece I have, which is only 9%. And this is a 1.3. So I'm going to put this in, and we're going to say that we want at least 2%. So this is where I'm going to get greedy and apply that and just go for the reroll. So hopefully this doesn't screw me over. So 70 anvils later, and I got a couple of 2% in here, going from 9% to 11%. So increasing it by 2%. My CC went higher than just the defense alone. I went to 166,924. So we went from what? 616 to 924 just from increasing it by 2%. So you can see where the gains are a lot more if I actually use these anvils on my HP instead of that defense setup. But I want to get that out of the way. Now all my anvils in the future will go towards my HP setup and my attack setups. So instead of showing you every single piece I'm working on, I'm going to show you the overall of my orbs HP. I have this one at 10%. I got this one at 9.4, this one at 9.2, and Merlin's at 11%. As for my belts over here, Merlin's is at 9.3. I've got a couple of them that are at 12.2. And then I got these two at 11.6 and 10.9. So I'm going to re-roll those. And then for my tack stuff, Merlin's at 9.5. For my bracers, I got 8.7 over here. And then I got a 12.5. And a 10.5. And then for my ring, Merlin's got 10.9. I got a 9.7 over here, 9.7 over here, and a 10.6 over here. So I'm going to go re-roll all of this. I'm going to show you guys the end result of my CC and what the rest of my 377 or 370 anvils get me. Ooh, before I go into that a little bit more, what I'm going to be doing is actually going to the orb, looking for every single one, and even though this says I have 10%, I'm going to come to each one and look for the lowest roll and work on that one, then go to another character, look for the lowest roll and work on that one, and I'm going to keep working from there to see if I can increase it slowly. So if I get like a 1.5 here, I'll keep it, then go work on the 1.3 and then keep working on it that way and that way and that way, so everything gets increased no matter what, instead of just trying to make this 1% into a 2%. Overall, if I increase everything, it should work out nicely. So the end result, this is the previous, this is the old video. I'm at 166,616, and re-rolling all 370 anvils got me to 168,358. So we almost made an extra 2,000 CC by just re-rolling those percentages off my HP belt, and I did a little bit of Escanor's. So if you want to look at pure stats right now, Escanor's attacks at 12,337, where his previous attack was 12,182. So I got an increase of 155, if my math is not bad, off a little bit of reroll. But the rest of it, you can see over here, old HP 110,639, and the new HP on Escanor is 111,000. Same thing with all the other characters. Look at King. King is at 134. Oh, sorry. In this one, he's at 132, and he went to 134,684. So every little bit, you guys can pause and rewind the video there, I increased my HP by quite a bit. So overall, that's my whole entire thing. I am not going to go into associations right now, because associations, I'm going to still think what I want to do with my SSR pendants and SR pendants. If I'm going to upgrade these characters to level 80, I still got to farm a bunch of like ears and wings and horns from the raid bosses, because I don't have enough of those to do everything. And with the dungeons coming out, we're going to need a bunch of characters at a high level, because gear doesn't count. I want to be careful with that. But that's the increase. I could definitely go above this if I buy Merlin's ultimate, if I actually put the plat coins I have into my characters at the moment, which I haven't decided which ones I want to keep. I have a bunch of Arthurs, I have a bunch of Hausers, I can go buy Merlins, so stuff like that will increase it by 400 for every ultimate you put in there. So I could be at 170 right now if I worked on my associations characters levels and I worked on the ultimate gauges, but I'm still going to take my time with that and kind of go slowly. So from last time 161 something to 168 something. It's slowly getting up there, not as fast as other people, but again, this is what I'm stuck with. If you guys did enjoy the video, don't forget to hit the like button, and as always, thank you so much for watching. Keep on smiling, and I'll smell you later.